Alright, I'm talking fried chicken, brioche bun, spicy mayo, and pickles. Yes, you know, today we're making Popeye's chicken sandwich. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna start by making the marinade. So we're gonna add our buttermilk. So we have 1 cup of buttermilk. Then we're gonna add a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, and 1/2 a teaspoon garlic powder. Then I'm gonna mix that all together, give it that whiskey business. So I'm just gonna put the marinade to the side and we're gonna work on the chicken. Okay, so now we're gonna actually try to make the chicken a little bit more even. So I'm using skinless, boneless chicken thigh. You could use chicken breast if you wish. It's just in terms of flavor and preferences. I like the brown meat better. So I'm gonna put it between 2 pieces of plastic wrap and I'm going to just gently tap it so I have a more flat and even product. Alright, now that it's flat, I'm just going to remove it, make sure it's nice and even, and we'll repeat the same process with the other one. I'm now going to take the chicken and I'm going to place it in the marinade, and we're going to leave it for at least an hour, preferably overnight. You want to make sure that it's nice and covered with the marinade. I'm not going to wrap it, and I'm going to put it back in the fridge. Alright, while the chicken is marinating, we should work on our sauce, the spicy mayo. So I'm going to combine 1/2 cup of mayo, which I've made earlier, but you could totally use some store-bought mayonnaise. But if you do want the recipe, leave a comment below and I'll make the video on how to make real mayonnaise. Then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. I'm gonna add my garlic powder. We have 1/2 teaspoon and a teaspoon of paprika. And we're gonna just whisk all in. You wanna make sure that you fully incorporate all the elements. All right, now the spicy mayo is fully combined, I'm gonna give it a taste. Woo, definitely have some kick. So I'm gonna put that aside and we're gonna start working on the dusting for the chicken. All right, so now we're gonna work on the dusting of the chicken or the breading, whichever way you prefer to say. So I'm gonna put 1 cup of flour into my little bowl right here with 1/2 cup of cornstarch. All right, and I'm gonna add my onion powder, as well as my paprika, as my cayenne powder. So I'm gonna create that heat. Okay. And then all we're gonna be doing from here is just to kind of like whisk it around, make sure it's nice and even. If I would have used a bigger bowl, it would have been easier. So I'm probably gonna switch that. All right, I'm back with a much bigger bowl, which makes the process a lot easier. I'm using a fork to mix it all around. I would prefer to use a tiny whisk, but I don't have one right now, so I'm gonna buy one. And now that we have our mix ready to go, really the next step at this point is to go take a nap and wait for that chicken to marinate. So I'll see you in a couple hours.
2 hours later.
All right, the time has come. It's been about 2 hours since I put the chicken in the marinade. So now we're going to put it into the breading and then we're gonna fry it. So very simply, I'm just gonna grab my chicken thigh and I'm just gonna make sure we remove the exceed. Put it into the flour. Make sure we cut it as best as we can without using our fingers. There we go. That's gonna be easier. Same idea, now that it's dry so you can actually use both your hands. Make sure we really get that flour coating everywhere. And give it a gentle pat, make sure there's not too much flour. And we're gonna simply place it into the oil, being very gentle. And we're gonna let that cook until golden brown and perfect cooked in the center. All right, my chicken is cooked, so I'm just gonna remove it from the oil. Make sure we remove as much oil as possible. Place it on a tray because I want it to rest. I'm gonna season it right away to absorb all the extra moisture. While the chicken is resting, I'm going to work on the buns. So we're just gonna carve it in half. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise on it. It's gonna help actually toasting the bun evenly. And I'm gonna toast them in the pan.
Alrighty, on medium heat, place the buns down without adding any initial fat, tense the mayonnaise, and we're going to let them color until golden brown.
Alright, our brioche bun is perfectly toasted. If you're looking for the recipe for those buns, you can actually look at the video I did a couple episodes ago. I'm gonna actually add the link somewhere up here. But now let's assemble our beautiful sandwich. So I'm gonna start with the bottom, and I'm going to take some of our spicy mayo, which I'm going to put right there. I'm also gonna put some on top, just like so. Then I'm gonna add some pickles. If you do want the recipe for the pickles, it's the same one as we used for the Big Mac that I did also a couple episodes back, so you can check that out. And I'm gonna add our crispy chicken. Close it. Wow. Well, look at that. I'm just gonna give it a try. Ooh, do you hear that crunch? Wow. So juicy. I hope you heard that crunch. That is 1,000,000% than the original one. If you enjoyed this recipe, as always, please like, comment, give me a subscribe, tell me what else you want to see on the channel. I know those episodes you like, but tell me if you have anything else that you want to see. I'll catch you another time.